Oh, hold on. Stop. I gotta set your mic up. Fuck, forgot. Of course I do. Oh shit! Give me a second. No. Where the hell is it? Give that a try.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at the virtual Richmond Raceway. And what a fine scene that it is as we get ready for round 2 of the IROC Challenge Series. Gonna be a good one here tonight. You get to see it all live here on Motor Mouth Broadcasting. Good evening, folks. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. My good buddy, co-commentating and producing, bringing you all the action. Big Jim Cunningham alongside, like I said, co-commentating and producing. Jim, buddy, how are you doing, buddy? This is gonna be a blast. Get a little short track racing. See what happens out here tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I love Richmond, and it's good to be here, filling in for these guys for a couple of weeks while their regular broadcaster is not able to do the coverage. And what a cool series, man! The old IROC series. This goes back to the days of. I mean, that was just so much fun, the old IROC days, and the fact that they're kind of recreating that and bringing it back to life is really cool. But I tell you what, let's jump right in here. Qualifying's going on, and it's a short qualifying session, so we'll get that. We'll look at a few guys out on track, and then we'll visit during the warm up a little bit. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds pretty good idea. Let's see if we got, or see what we got on some of these old boys out here running around. Obviously, here at the virtual Richmond Raceway, there you see number 26. Obviously, that is Peter Rosick. And if we're pronouncing some of these names wrong, cut us a break. Some of them, it might be, well, I mean, Jim, we might be off a little bit. We might be on a little bit. Who knows? Stephen Durbin right here in the 99. See what he's got rolling around right here at Richmond. Obviously, you see them. They're in the Xfinity, or if you want to look at it as the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series cars. It's hard to get used to saying that right there, Jim. I mean, it really is. A lot of people, they still call them the Xfinity cars. It's the Xfinity car model, but obviously this is not an Xfinity series. This is the Xfinity car with the IROC Challenge Series, guys. Right there, you saw Steve Durbin right there working his way around. There is Tim Schofield working his way around as well, working their way through 1 and 2. Right now, Schofield currently 36. There, believe it or not, TJ Majors. Yeah, the real TJ Majors, obviously Cup spotter. TJ knowing how to get it done, but on iRacing for quite some time. We'll see what TJ has got going on. See if he's got a little something for him here tonight when we get her going and get it started up for the Richmond Rumble 200 here tonight. TJ comes out. Damn, look at that. All the way up to P2 TJ Majors. So showing that he is not only a pretty good spotter, but pretty good driver right here on iRacing as well, Jim.
Yeah, right up till he banged the fender off of it there. No, I'm kidding. No, he did. That was a good lap right there, man. I mean, he went out late. He saw what he needed, and then he went out late there. And what we didn't talk about, because of course the way this replay thing works, we're kind of coming in late, and they actually only had 43 cars tonight, so it wasn't as big of a deal tonight. But they actually, and by the way, they're going to go out for a little warm-up session now. They qualify 43, and so if there's 45 or 46 cars that show up, 3 guys go home, and so that always makes that goes back to the days of when NASCAR was having those 50, 55 cars show up for a field, and early days of Michael Waltrip racing, and his cars were going home, and he had all those big sponsors to answer to and all the pressure. And then, of course, I think there was a little I think they got, caught doing some shady things there along the way or something like that. But, it happens. I mean, you gotta do what you got to do. You got to answer to those sponsors. You got to get those cars in the field, and so it happened. But, yeah, so I think that's really cool, I cover another series here on the channel that they draw about 50 trucks a week, and they send some guys home every week. And I tell you what, man, there's a lot of pressure. You got to focus on a qualifying lap, and you don't get to practice your race setup as much because you're working so hard to get that qualifying dialed in so you can make the field just to get out there on track. And that one nobody's locked in. Here, the first 30 cars are in. The top 30 cars in points from last season are locked in for the first 5 races. So those guys don't have to sweat it, So it's all the other guys, newer guys and whatnot. But yeah, what a cool series this is, man. Just been learning a little bit about it. Talking to some of the admins and owners in the league here, and it's just it's crazy. Chris gave us a lot of information on the league. Super cool.
Yeah, very super cool to see, what they got going on. Wow, look at this. Doing a little bit of dirt track style right there, looping it around. It's 46. Chris Medford spinning it around a little bit right there. And, just, super cool to see it right here. Right now, as far as the warm-ups go, we'll kind of give you kind of an idea of who's the fastest in the warm-up session. Obviously, Mike Coach out there, he is top of the leaderboard. Christian Schrader now sitting in P2 with Brett Butler in P3, Casey Betts, Brandon Mefford as well. That is the top 5 as they run. Obviously, Shane Haas right there running with P6. But, Richmond, this 3/4 mile racetrack, you talked a little bit about it, with some of the stuff that's happened here at Richmond. This is a historic racetrack.
Oh, 100%.
Jim, believe it or not. so much history has happened in NASCAR that's went on right here. You remember the Dale Earnhardt, Darrell Waltrip kind of deal? When they ended up getting into one another and, the whole deal with Junior Johnson, all that crazy stuff, and all that crazy stuff was happening.
That
happened here.
Was it?
Okay. That happened here at Richmond Raceway. Yes.
You talking about the
yes,
one
it
where
was. Yes, it was here at Richmond Raceway.
They went back and
with that
forth.
whole deal.
They went back and forth, and ultimately, Waltrip got put in the fence a little bit.
Earnhardt wrecked him.
Yeah, well, I would, we won't go that far, but he rattled his cage.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he rattled the whole roll cage is what happened when he got in the fence. So there was that. And then a couple of years ago, you had the Richmond deal with Austin Dillon, with, Joey Logano having his issues, and Denny Hamlin and Austin Dillon wrecking 2 of them coming out of 3. Just so much stuff has happened here at this great racetrack. But, it's action-packed. It's action short track, with all the door banging and all the crazy stuff that happens here at this particular facility. And that's why the fans, that's why they pack this place out. This is a good racetrack.
Oh, yeah.
And very curious, to see, what happens here tonight with the IROC Challenge Series, see what they bring to the table and see what they got going on here tonight.
Now, haven't they recently repaved Richmond? Or am I tripping? I want to say, I thought they repaved.
You might be tripping.
I might be. I thought they repaved this place fairly recently, but I might be wrong. There's a lot that has left this old brain of mine. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering what I had for breakfast, so it's entirely possible I am wrong.
Well, I'm sure they probably, they may have. Richmond's been around for quite some time.
Well, no,
I know that they had the configuration
like,
was changed a little bit on it and everything else.
Well, part of the reason I say that is because is because they recently came out with some new cameras for Richmond, and I thought it went along with like a repaving or a little bit of a remodeling or something, but I might be wrong, because I know that they just came out with some new cameras for it on iRacing, and so I'm, that's maybe that's what got me thinking that. But so I tell you, we've got let's see, we got about 4 minutes left here in this warm-up session. I am going to do something that I would never do, but I got a commercial and I did not get it loaded. We had some issues with the replay, in case anybody's wondering why we're a night late on redoing this. But and so while this replay is loading, I'm going to stretch this commercial over and let you guys watch this commercial real quick, and then we'll come back here and finish off this warm-up session. It's just a little short commercial.
R&R Racewear, your source to all custom racewear apparel needs, and home to iRacing apparel. Check it out today at rnrracewear.com.
There we go. That was it. Just wanted to get that.
That was quick.
I just wanted to get that stretched over the screen. We'll show it again. Yeah, it's just a little short commercial, but and you'll notice the ticker up there is kind of jumping around funny, and I think that is also part of this whole replay issue. There's been some issues with the way the replay file was working, so we're going to try to switch over to the tower and see if that's going to be any better. It might not be though. So we just got a couple of minutes left here in this warm-up session. And like you said, it's interesting to see who's fast out there compared to qualifying, and but I'm curious to see. This is a big field, man. 43 cars at Richmond, in iRacing. That's usually a recipe for disaster. But I got a feeling with the driving standard. Well, it is. I mean, it is. If you get in an official race with 43 cars in iRacing, it's a disaster. But I don't know if I commentator cursed those two that were wrecking right there or not. But I was going to say the driving standards here, I would expect that we probably won't have as many cautions as you might see in some other races. You and I have called a few disasters in our lifetime with, a place like this, you get 17 cautions or something like that,
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely, Jim. I mean, you talk about that, obviously. I mean, people don't understand. I mean, if you have an iRacing subscription, okay, and you've ran official races here at Richmond, depending on what split you get in and all that good stuff, you may end up running more caution laps than you do green flag laps. I mean, it's, but that's officials. But it's anything is, damn, we got them wrecking all over the place right there, and at this point. But I mean, it always, yeah, Jim. I mean, it's just a warm up. But this is the way that I've always looked at it. It depends on who's on the track and the group that you've got on the track as to how good, as to how clean that race is going to be.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen a lot of guys. I've seen guys, like I said, in the officials. I've watched it. I wasn't able to be in it because my rating ain't high enough. But I've watched some of the big top split races at Richmond, and not only Richmond, but Bristol and Martinsville, and and tracks like that. And I mean, they can't even make it. They can't even make it through turn one. They can't do it. I mean, bam! I mean, it's game over. I mean, literally, it is game over. You can't even make it through the first turn. And I mean, but it's like I said, it's the group that you got out there as to what's going to happen and how it's going to work out, and everything else. And so we'll see what they got going on. We're just getting to the end of that warm-up session that you're seeing before you. Brian McCann. Currently the fastest in the warm-up sessions, obviously 22.313. Brian McCann, not 100% if he would be the catcher or former catcher of the Atlanta Braves. You knew where I was going with that, Jim. Obviously I'm a big Atlanta Braves fan. I had to throw that out there. I don't know if it really is ever not. I mean, if it is, cool. That's awesome.
Cool. All right, I think we're getting ready here for this thing to grid up here. So knowing how slow our grid is and how big this field is, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing up there and let's just keep going on it, and we'll see where we end up after that. What do you say?
Yeah, let's see what happens. Get the grid lined up for the Richmond Rumble 200 here tonight. Brian McCann and TJ Majors.
Hold that thought. They do have a race name, by the way. Is it the Richmond Rumble? It is. Okay, there we go.
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry. Now you go.
The Richmond Rumble 200 here tonight. Brian McCann, TJ Majors, starting up here on the front row here tonight. Row 2, you're going to find James Conley and Adam Benefield behind him. Benefield right behind him. Then you got to have row 3, a man that I know personally and have watched him drive numerous times, Jonathan Cofield. Zach Roethlisberger making up row number 3. Row 4, you can find Chuck Sweeting and Casey Betts. You can make it up row number 4, rounded out the top 10. You got to have Evan Bachia and Brandon Mefford. That's going to be your top 10. And like Jim said, we ain't done yet with 43 drivers. Zach Mellett, Kyle Hardy's going to be back there, or Kyle Hardy 5. He must be the 5th one on iRacing. Daniel Dixon and Kevin McCann. Kind of curious if Brian McCann, Kevin McCann might be related. Who knows on that? Neil Quick, Jason Nigels making up row 8, top 16. Garrett Johnston, Devin Eaker making up row number 9. Then row 10, Chris Mefford and Christian Strader. Obviously, Brent Butler, Joshua Mears. That's the top 22. We'll show the rest of the grid as it keeps rolling through as we're sitting here watching the drivers work their way around, as we might not have enough time to be able to call everybody off, but we certainly want to make sure that everybody gets their due diligence on where they're qualified and where your favorite driver is starting here tonight for the IROC Challenger Series Round 2 here tonight at Richmond. If you haven't yet, make sure you give old Motormouth Broadcasting a like and subscribe. Give a little love to my good buddy over here, Big Jim Cunningham, with his broadcasting company, as we got it all the way through the top 40. Hell yeah, we'll take that. Here we go. Pace car is off. We got to flip it through there, baby. Get it through there. Green flag in here. Richmond Rumble 200 underway. Brian McCann, TJ Majors up here on the front row. McCann, he got to shoot on down on the inside. Majors actually might have lifted, got on out of the gas to get on down into that inside lane. Battles on for the 3rd spot. It's James Conley, Zach Roethlisberger side by side as they fan out, working their way for the very first lap of 200 here tonight. McCann leading them down into turn 1, but Majors trying to close the gap.
Yeah, we see some good action, some good side-by-side action early here. And we've got Cofield moving up a little bit there. He's up a spot already. We got several guys up here moving up a little bit.
Moving their way on up through the field. McCann trying to hold on to it. Flip-flop back. You see Kevin McCann, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good place up there, rolling in the 14th spot right there. Kevin McCann into 33, working his way up there. He's got Daniel Dixon around him, Garrett Johnston right there in that mix as well. 92 Daniel Dixon down there on his inside as they work their way around this beautiful facility. And good stuff right here so far. Kind of seeming like right there, Zach Millett right there, 31 right there as well. And everybody migrating to that bottom of the racetrack, Jim. Everybody getting down in the cellar, as I like to say, down in the cellar where Grandpappy hides the moonshine from Granny. Just keep it down there on that yellow line. Some in the middle lane, but more so than not, everybody dropping it down on that yellow line, taking the shortest way around here, which is to a certain extent, the preferred line. When you come to Richmond, we got one way off the pace, 17. Evan Bachia, something amiss on that 17, got knocked around, might have got loose. Everybody able to work their way down to the inside. We stay green.
Yeah, he got it gathered back up there. I did not see what happened to him. I'll see if I can find a little replay of that. But either way, he kept it going. So no harm, no foul. It's short track racing.
Able to get it straightened out. Kyle Hardy, you see some of these drivers working their way around. There's Daniel Dixon. We talked about him right there working his way through here in the 92 up on that outside lane. Hardy down on that inside lane. McCann right behind them. A little slugfest going on. Dixon don't want to give it up, baby. Dixon tried to hold on to it up on that top side.
Doing a good job.
Obviously that 35, Kyle Hardy down there trying to make it work. Holding his own up on that top side. Hardy tried, still working it down there on the inside lane. Dixon showing that outside lane, or middle lane rather, not all the way up on the high side tickler line, but Dixon got it up on that outside lane, made it work, got around Hardy.
Yeah, as soon as he pulled it down, though, that front end pushed out a little bit on him there, but he's actually that back end stepping out on him right now. I wonder if he got them tires a little hot up there, you know. I mean, he was hanging on to it, and he was giving it hell up there on that higher line. So he might have warmed them tires up a little bit. He's going to have to settle in here and let them cool off. But I think he'll be all right. That was a nice pass, though, and that just goes to show you, as these tires wear down a little bit, that I think that second line is going to open up a little bit more as people start searching for grip, you know. Let's go back here and see. Looks like a little hornet's nest going on back here.
No kidding. Good Lord, at the hornet's nest. Literally take your pick back here with the hornet's nest that is going on back here. Wow. Yeah, Jason Nigel's back here in this mix as well. See him back there in the 88 trying to mix it up. All this right here just outside the top 15. Christian Strader right there in the 29 working his way down the inside lane of Nigel's. Obviously, you got Mears back there. Brent Butler smack dab in the middle of it. Chris Medford. Garrett Johnston just up the road as well.
I'll tell you what, that Christian Strader car right there, man, that 29 in that orange and yellow, that's throwback.
I know what you're thinking.
Oh, yeah, it's Kevin Harvick, man, all the way. That's, back in the old Reese's car, man. That looks just like that old Reese's car right there. Good-looking car.
Yeah, dead
stands
on.
out. Yeah, stands out. That good-looking car. I'm sure that was probably somewhat intended there with the 29 number in that color. I would think that somebody was probably intending that. I know they whipped up all these paint schemes here. Obviously, they're all, like the IROC series. They're all the same paint job, basically. So just different colors, same graphics on everything. Let's jump back up here. That's a little action here, some top 10 action right here, side by side.
Yeah, Casey Pence, obviously Zach Millett right there, smack dab in the middle of it. Brandon Mefford right in behind him as well. Millett, got a little bit loose right there on that bottom side. Jim, this is one of those places where I always like to use that analogy of not cracking that egg on that gas pedal. And folks at home, if you get the opportunity, well, actually, don't really do this.
No, do it.
Please do not do this, because if you do, you get no, don't do it. You'll have a cracked egg in your car. But no, seriously, think about it like this: you're driving your personal car, and you get an egg out of the fridge. You put it up under the gas pedal. You want to try to use that throttle management, use that throttle pedal, and don't push it all the way down on the floor. If you do, you'll end up cracking that egg. There is going to be a lot of throttle management with these drivers here tonight, not to mat it coming off of the corner, especially off of turn 4. You get really, really loose over there off of turn 4. You can get loose over there off turn 2 as well. But more times than not, it seems like it likes to flatten out over there off of turn number 2 more so than any of them. You see how it just kind of just transitions, goes from the banking and damn near just goes straight flat. So you got to watch yourself on that one when you're going through the turn 2 area as well. But that throttle management is going to be key to not hitting the wall off turn 4 and off turn 2 here this evening.
Well, I tell you what, as Medford here is making a move on the inside, he just hit the wall about a lap ago there while you were doing the egg analogy. He slid up and skipped it off the wall there, but it doesn't seem to slow him down. He moved on right there pretty quickly. He put a move on Bence there. Let's see what. Let's take a ride on board with Bence here on the roll bar cam and see what it looks like from in here. As you can see, the bank in here is probably a little steeper than most people realize. It's I don't actually know the number. but I would guess it's probably in the
14 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say 12, 14 degrees.
Yeah, 14 in the turns, 8 degrees on the front stretch, and about 2 degrees on the back stretch.
Virtually flat.
Down there, flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, virtually. Even though this is a virtual version of
it is really virtually flat. I mean, no, I tell you though, I'm impressed with Medford there. I mean, when I saw him slide up and hit the wall, I wondered if, again, we've all heard of the Darlington stripe. I mean, you can certainly get those at Richmond too. It's not going to necessarily damage his cars too much, but I just thought he did not have. Maybe his car wasn't as hooked up as it needed to be, but yeah, he moved right on by Benz here.
Yeah, absolutely. And excuse me, with some of the drivers, obviously, we got some big movers and we got some big losers going on in the field as well. Let's take a look at what we got right here. William Tyndall, obviously up 9 spots from where he started just 22 laps ago. Obviously, Adam Pettit, and then obviously Zachary Cleek. There's Christian Strader. We was talking about him just a second ago, and Stephen Durbin. Those are the drivers that are the biggest movers in the field. Couple of these drivers, though, there's a couple of drivers out there that are they're on the back burner. They're the biggest losers. The one that is evident out of all of it is a driver that's all the way down in the 27th position, obviously, and that's Evan Vachia.
Well, we saw
18 spots. We saw it happen to him, yeah.
Well, we saw the aftermath of it anyway. I don't know that it never really did show what I never could find an incident that happened. I don't know what happened to him, if he just had to get really out of the throttle to keep it under control, or what happened. He did lose a lot of spots there for sure. But like I said, he got it gathered up, and it didn't look like he did any damage to it. So, he's back there fighting his way.
Yes, yes, sir, fighting his way on as well. Mind you, with all this going on, up at the front, Brian McCann still holding on to that lead from where he started on the pole in the number 3. He's got the fastest lap of the race, obviously from King, North Carolina. And Brian McCann, fastest lap of the race, 22.362. He's got about a 1.5-second gap over Majors and obviously over Benefield. As here we go.
Man, he put it on TJ. I think we just moved up the track there and let him go right on through, it looked like, really.
Yeah, he just slid right on up through there and just let Adam slide right on by. So kick Adam Benefield all the way up to the P2 spot. He's up 2 spots since the start of the race, been very consistent, kept himself up there at the front. Ironically enough, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Jonathan Cofield being the 5th placer. Look at that. Yeah. He's giving me tons of crap over that for quite some time. And he always likes to chant the War Eagle every single time.
Yeah, you can chant those 6 national championships you got in the last 15 years or 20 years, whatever it's been. So.
Yeah, we ain't going to get it now, Saban lift. But that's about the only way that's going to end up working out. But Jonathan Cofield, Zach Roethlisberger, and obviously Chuck Sweeting, they haven't moved. They haven't moved since the start of the race. Literally, they started 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's where they are running currently at this time. Zach Millett, though, in the 31, up 3 spots from where he started here in this race, and up to the 8th spot, obviously starting in the 11th spot for Clayton, New York. Zach starting to slide up here, maybe knock on the door of possibly, he ain't too far off from Jonathan Cofield, about a second and a half, give or take, but starting to kind of close that gap and knock on the door of that top 10. Good run so far for Zach.
Yeah, good run. I'm solid in 8th place right now. This is 200-lap race. I mean, we got there's plenty of time here, man. We got to run through some pit cycles. And at this point, you just want to take care of your stuff, keep it out of trouble, keep your tires underneath you as best you can, and just knock out these laps right now and stay up there in the hunt. I'll tell you what, let's take a look and see who's quickest out there on track right now over the last 5 laps or so. Obviously, your front 2, more than likely running clean air.
Not really.
No, well, they're starting to.
Well, more or less, yeah. I mean, Benefield and obviously McCann, but it's showing that Benefield actually just a tick faster, not by much, but a little bit. They had it at about a second and a half. McCann had about a second and a half lead over, at the time, TJ Majors. But now it's over Benefield, and Benefield has actually knocked 3/10 off of it. So, but he's not 100% faster. I mean, he got him by, 3/1000ths of a second that time. And Jim, you know, me and you, we've watched numerous short track races.
Oh, yeah.
It literally comes down to the thousandth at certain times.
Oh, sure.
You know, as to how close some of these times is. Look at it like this right here. I mean, Benefield actually got him by 4/100ths that time. Major's still right there in the 23/8, a couple of 23/9s. Most of the field hitting 24s, some hitting 23s as well. I mean, that's just how close it is. As you see Zach Millett right here working his way down. Man. Yeah, he is moving. He already got around Chuck Sweeting, who's back there right behind him in that 75. Now going to work to the inside of the 23. Zach Roethlisberger up top, Millett down on the bottom side. And ironically enough, you sit here and you try to look for Zach Millett. He's nowhere to be found on the fastest 5-lap average, which is kind of shocking to me, to be honest.
No, but I tell you what he does have is when he turns that car to the bottom, it's staying down there right now. He's able to just turn it to the bottom and hold it on that yellow line down there, and you know, you can, you know, average lap speed and all can have so much to do with who's in front of you, especially at a place like this, you know. But look, there's no substitute for just being able to turn that car to the bottom and drive it, you know, and get a run up off the corner at a place like this, you know, because the drive off is so important here, because the reality is on the front stretch, you're lifting not too far past the start-finish line to slow it down to get it into the corners. You know, you know, a lot of these guys I don't think are probably not too heavy on the brakes going into the turns here. It's more of a lift and a light brake to get it to turn situation.
Jim, we're actually hearing that we have lost audio.
We have lost
on
audio.
The broadcast. We have no audio on the broadcast. I just checked it. We got nothing.
Well, that makes that's very interesting. Let me see if we can figure that out. I mean, everything shows that we should have audio.
I got the volume wide open on my phone. I got nothing.
All right. Well, you continue to do your thing here, and I am going to look into it just in case. We'll just see what's going on here. Go ahead and cover the race stuff while we're doing that.
So McCann right now still got that lead, but Benefield actually has started to close that gap. Got it down under a second. You see James Conley right now sitting in that fourth spot. He's lost a spot. TJ Majors obviously lost that spot as well. Back for fourth, kind of getting a little bit hair-raising right here. Getting very hair-raising, to be honest with you. Well, now we're getting some iffy. Yeah, I mean, we're hearing that we got volume, then we're hearing that we ain't got volume. So we're all over the place at this point. But James Conley obviously sitting in the fourth spot. He's got Cofield back there, kind of was back there a little bit, but now we got a caution on the speedway.
Broke that out now. I didn't see anything happen, did you? I didn't see anybody drop down the board. I know we don't have any stages, so that's not what it is.
Nah, I mean, I don't believe so, and I'm not 100% neither, to be honest with you. Hell, I was looking to see.
This is just Conley here. This is not it.
I was looking to see what the deal was with the audio. I was like everybody else. I was trying to figure it out a little bit.
No, I really don't see what caused this.
I'm not 100% on that one neither, but Some are saying that the audio's gone. I'm checking it on my phone, and I still don't hear nothing. So
Well, I just turned it on, and I heard it. Yeah, no, I mean, we've got audio on YouTube right now because I'm listening to it as we speak.
take it and run with it. If it's working, it's working. I guess if it's working, it's
So,
working.
the,
Everybody coming down the road now.
The alumni president here is saying we don't have audio, but the other, I see we got the Cowboys.
We got it now.
Yeah.
That's coming up on my end. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
Baby,
I hate
we got pit stops going on, Jim.
Yeah, we do, actually. I got sidetracked here by, as we see the three get off pit road first there.
I mean, he's got the advantage, Jim. I mean, Brian's got the advantage, obviously. First pit box, he can just gas up and take off at that point.
Huge advantage here. I still wish I had some clue as to what caused that caution. I literally could not find anything.
Yeah, I'm not 100% to be honest with you what exactly that caution was. I was looking over at it on the SDK trying to figure out exactly what had happened for the very first caution. We're seeing right now it was Christian Strader, possibly a black flag.
Oh my goodness.
Something that happened on Christian Strader. He was actually very, very fast and was showing some promise of sliding up through there. So he must have got the black flag. Either that or he might have got the EOL penalty to get him sent to the back. Maybe he was the one that caused it.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, obviously it's going to the back, so clearly there was a penalty for either a pit road violation of some sort or, unfortunately, this isn't live, so we don't have live access to race control either, so we won't know what the penalty is. I could potentially turn on well, I don't know if these guys chat on the radio or not. If they do, then that could be a nightmare turning it on, but usually race control will broadcast over the radio what the penalties are. And if they don't allow chatting on the radio, then that would be fine.
Yeah, and then you don't know. Well,
let's take a chance. We're just gonna.
Yeah, but you don't know what they're saying. You don't know what they're saying over there on that chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's true.
It's interesting then.
Yeah. I'm not used to doing this. In fact, I can't even tell you if I've ever done this during a broadcast ever, but I'm just going to let's see what happens here, folks. If this may or may not work, we may get cussing at each other over them. Who knows? We may get all kinds of beef over this. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Welcome to Motorbike Broadcasting.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Let's see what we get. Pace car working its way down pit road. Yeah, I tell you what, for everybody out there watching first time right here on Motorbike Broadcasting, this is how we do it every now and then. Wherever you're listening at, on your phone, in your truck, at work, at midnight on the East Coast, crank it on up for us. Let's let you listen to the IROC Challenger Series. Sound with IROC Challenger Series here tonight, Richmond Rumble 200. Obviously, there you see R&R Racewear, a bunch of great sponsors. Give those sponsors some love later on tonight here in the broadcast. 51-203. Gonna get her done here tonight. McCann still leads it. Benefield still sitting in second. Majors third. Cofield fourth. Zach Roethlisberger in fifth. Getting a little bit of a stacky back here. There's Joshua Mears starting to slide back a little bit. Brett Butler up in the back. Mike Coach in the 0-0 went around off of turn 4. No caution on the speedway though. You talk about a hornet's nest, baby. This is a hornet's nest right here that you're seeing. There's the 0-0. That is Mike Coach, the one that went around off of 4. Stepped on that gas pedal, cracked that egg a little bit, Jim. Set him on around.
Yeah, I don't know how he pronounces that name. It certainly could be pronounced Koch, but I worked for somebody many years ago that their name was spelled just like that, and they pronounced it Cook, even though it doesn't, not the traditional spelling. So I don't know. But, we got Dixon flying down there. Trying to find out what happened to Dixon here.
92. Dixon
that was a blink,
down the chart.
That was a blink.
Back.
Yeah, that was a blink. That was an internet issue there. Thought we had a big one there. I tell you what, that's the thing. If you get one here, it can turn into a pretty major wreck pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely can. Even though they are spread out the way that they are, Jim, it can really turn into a cluster, a huge cluster. Yeah, I mean, now when you got something like this right here, one of the guys or the front guys sped, then you're in some serious trouble. As everybody backs it down right here. Caution may be out once again.
Yeah, it's just slow to show
up.
There
it is.
Yeah, okay, let's see. I think this might have been Pendergraph here that was involved in this one. Let's see. Just so you know, replays during a replay broadcast can be a nightmare. So let's just hope that it's not.
You see Kyle Pendergraph right here. See what happens? Goes around. What around?
Did you get a little help there?
Might have got a little bit of help. Might have got loose right there off of 4.
Let's take a look at that from this view.
Nope, just snapped it around, baby. He's already going around. Then he got tagged in the back end.
He broke his egg.
Got set around as well. Yeah, oh yeah. He didn't crack it. He scrambled it. That's exactly what happened with that egg. He straight up scrambled that egg. But Brian McCann still holds on with that lead at this caution. Obviously, Adam Benefield and TJ Majors sitting in top 3. Cofield and Roethlisberger still being in that top 5 positions.
So we're at 55.
Daniel Dixon, the one that we...
No, go ahead. I'm
Daniel
talking
Dixon,
out loud.
Oh, okay. Jim does that sometimes, folks.
I like the answers I give, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, sometimes I guess you could say, but Daniel Dixon, the one we was actually talking about a while ago, we thought he was dropping through the field, and folks, if it's your first time seeing something like that, when they're blinking like that, it can completely throw a running order off the charts.
Oh yeah, especially
because
this
they're
small.
not showing. Yeah, because they're not showing on the speedway when they blink like that. They're not showing on the speedway, and SDK will just straight up drop them like they're not even there. And then when they show up, bam, they show up right back on the live time, and then live time and scored and everything.
Nothing against Dixon, because God knows we've all had our fair share of blinking issues if you sim race long enough. But there's nothing worse than being the car right behind a blinking car, because you just never know where they're going to reappear. It's almost like a great defense for them, because you don't want to get right up on them because you're scared to. I'm trying to see who that was that got the wave around there.
Looking right now, might have been
potentially Medford, maybe.
Medford could have been Doug Wasaki. Could have been him as well. I believe he was trying to catch back up to the field, so it might have been Doug trying to slip up there as well. So
it wouldn't have been him. So maybe Knapp potentially. He didn't pit. He's back there.
One thing's for sure, when they ended up getting that lucky dog, they were happy to get back on the lead lap. They sent it on the outside and shot on up through there. Pace light's still on. Looks like everybody's wanting to get double filed right back up tonight at Richmond.
Yeah, you can't blame them. I mean, we hadn't had anything serious yet. You know, I mean, that was a relatively minor spin. I mean, we're 58 laps in now, and we hadn't had any major drama really at all.
And had no major drama, hadn't had no beef. No. Ain't been able to ring my bell yet, Jim. I don't know. I don't know if we're ever, I don't know. We may end up getting the opportunity. We may end up getting the opportunity to flip the bell and ring the bell for the folks.
We don't know the league. We don't know these guys well enough to know if they, if they drive a little rough or if it's a super clean league. We don't know yet.
Who knows? We still got a lot to learn. Brian McCann. Obviously, Adam Benefield up on the front row. Majors, Coalfield, Dixon back up into the mix as well. Roethlisberger slipped on the start. Dixon able to slide right by him. Roethlisberger back there on the bottom side. Now McCann trying to check out Benefield right there as well. They sliding on by and caution us out. There was a stack up and a huge stack up over there in turn 1 and 2. A bunch of them having to get up on the binders. Check up back there, and caution is out once again.
Yeah, that was a big stack up there. I think this might have been the cause of it. We shall see here. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, man. Yep.
William Tyndall. Yeah, William Tyndall dropping like a rock.
Steve
Not sure if he got help.
So you got the
Yeah, he got help. Tyndall.
Yeah.
William Tyndall got a little bit of help, got set around. Got others right there. Devin Eaker right there. He got into the mix as well.
From this perspective here, see.
Stacked them up the road, and everybody just kind of jammed up on the binders.
Yeah.
The good thing about it, though, is when Tyndall got spun around, he was in the middle of the racetrack, Jim.
Yep.
And gave everybody an option to either go low or go high. It wasn't necessarily a track blocker. So good on everybody back there in the back to, have the presence and the awareness to jam on the binders and not, as we like to call, arc brake straight into the wreck, because we've seen it numerous times. We've seen some arc braking. We've seen some serious arc braking. But, good on everybody to have that awareness and see what's going on and jam on the binders or get up on the binders and let everything play out the way that it did.
If we're being honest, based on the guys that we know that are in this league, I would say that they probably hold these drivers to a pretty high driver standard. I would imagine you don't get in here and make this 43rd car field if you're well, for lack of a better term, if you drive like an idiot, I just think that they've got big full fields and they get to be somewhat picky as to who they let in. I'm sure the driver standards here are probably reasonably high. In fact, I would even venture to guess. I don't know if I can see this one. Let's see if I can see I rating, but I can't on there, but I can on my thing. So let's just go see what kind of I rating these guys have. Not that that matters really, but I would imagine that it's probably reasonably high. these guys. Let's see. I mean, they're all, all up to, low 1,000s to 5, 6,000, bunch of 5s, 4s, 3s. Yeah, I mean, good solid field, I'd be the lowest I rating guy in here. Let me just say that.
I might be about the mid-pack if I had to whip my I rating. But Jim, it's like me and you have talked about before. I mean, I rating doesn't mean nothing. I mean, I've seen guys with 5,000 I rating come into a league, and guys with like 1,900 I rating to just absolutely smoke them.
Yes.
I've seen that numerous times. So, I mean, I rating, it is a number, and it's something to chase as well, and it does show that you do have skill, but to a certain extent, it doesn't really show, because some of these guys, they get to 1,900 and they just don't run officials.
Yeah,
they don't really care for the run.
I don't run that many officials at all. I really don't. I just can't stand the driving standard in them. So.
Yep, some of them. Yeah, sometimes some of them get big heads. Here we go, back at it, McCann, Benefield up on the front row, Cofield, Majors up here right in that second row. Green flag back in the air, 65 of 203. McCann able to shoot out, get out ahead. Benefield right there, literally in his tire tracks. Cofield, Majors, they're side by side. There's Daniel Dixon. He's got Roethlisberger to his outside. Kevin McCann, Zach Millett, we saw the 31 with a drive that he had going on, trying to slide up through the field. Zach's been able to keep it up there. Check out the 92, Daniel Dixon down on that inside lane. Trying to wear it out, trying to make a little something happen with Kevin McCann up on the top side, trying to follow Roethlisberger, almost gets up into the back of him going into 3.
Yeah, Roethlisberger came down in front of him there a little bit, and I think he we got a caution.
Caution must be out once again.
Man, they're not wasting any time. The old expression, cautions breed caution. That's a true story if there ever was one.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. This one looks like...
Is that Tyndall? I think Tyndall might have got a piece of it as well.
Yeah.
William Tyndall. Bam, there it is.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row for him.
William Tyndall, Chris Medford.
Man, that old 46 just didn't let up on him, huh?
No.
Golly, I'm
interested.
I'll tell you what.
I'm interested to see what happened coming off of turn 2 right there. What kind of started all that, Jim?
Yeah, me too. Actually, let's see. That's a good question. All right, let's see if I can. Do this. It's gonna be.
It looked like Tyndall right there. They had one driver, like he kind of bounced it off a wall, and Tyndall was going to try to hook it hard right and try to miss him. And Medford was already there. And then Tyndall just kind of ended up getting tagged right here. See him work his way down on that inside lane with Tyndall. Watch what happens. Medford up there in the 46.
This might be the best angle for this. So Tyndall's way back here, though, and the 46 is way up there.
Yeah, I think it happened on the next lap.
Well, it might have.
I think is what happened.
I backed off of that a little bit to try so I could find the incident, and so we could see it. Because with when we're doing a replay broadcast, you can't really jump around like you can on a live broadcast. All right, so
see Nick Quick right here. Let's see what happens. Here goes Nick right here. Slides up.
Yep, here he comes. Oh yeah, he just straight up. Oh yeah.
He gets loose, and then obviously Tyndall just tries to come up and try to find a way to get around quick. Just comes straight up the track, gets up into Chris Medford.
Yeah, well.
And he's trying to get it straightened out, and then Medford just comes down. Now, I don't think that's beef. I think Medford was just trying to find a way to get around him. Ended up spinning him around.
Maybe. I don't know. He looked like he might have stayed in a little bit there, but to be fair, I mean that wasn't on him really. I mean, I would say he potentially had a little reason to be a little bit angry there, but I don't know. So we at 66 here. They only got 3 sets of tires tonight, extra sets, so they've already used one of those. I don't see anybody pitting for tires here.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to jump it down right here, at least at this point, and jump down and try to burn that set. That first time we had that long green flag run that took place, Jim, yeah, I mean, I could see it. Yeah, everybody come on down, get you 4 freshies, put you a little gas at it, and, try to go, a little bit longer and try to go the distance at least to the next pit stop when that happens. But yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody coming down. You got a couple of them. Obviously, Chris Mefford, he was the one that had the incident with Tyndall. So he's going down pit road. Obviously, Garrett Johnston, Neil Quick going down, Christian Strader jumping down pit road as well. Some other guys, Funkhauser going down, as well as Wasaki. Those drivers jumping it down on pit road, getting serviced on their machines, getting ready to fire it back up and get ready for a restart right here, Jim. But
probably repairing a little bit of damage, a little at a time or something, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's a great reminder when we get into like these short tracks. I mean, if you got like say about a minute or maybe 2 minutes of damage, like if you're on a super speedway like Daytona or Talladega, you can kind of sit there for a little bit. You got a little time. I mean, the pace laps, they take forever. About 2 minutes or so when you're at those super speedways. Richmond, 3/4 of a mile? Not really. You don't have a whole lot of time to be able to get down there. If you've got 2 minutes of damage, you got to use it sparingly to try to get that car repaired and get it back out there on the racetrack. So you don't have as much time as you would, but the difference with this being a short track as compared to a super speedway, this place is not necessarily as huge on aerodynamics that you would have to worry about like a super speedway type of race or even a 1.5 mile type racetrack. You're not really worried about those aerodynamics that much.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, you certainly could drive around here with a beat-up car and still run pretty quick as long as the guts of it was still solid. Little sheet metal damage here is not going to slow you up that bad. I mean, every little bit hurts. It hurts a little just because all these cars are so aero-dependent these days. That you get up behind somebody else and take the air off the nose, and it hurts them a little bit. So a little damage up there could be. Slow you down a little bit, but it's not certainly not like having it happen at a 1.5 mile or a super speedway.
Here we go, pace car back in. Gonna get the aerial shot there. It's Brian McCann, Adam Benefield, Cofield, Majors, Dixon. They are the top 5. We get back at it. Check out the Hornet's Nest. Everybody fanning out. A couple of them dive bombing going into turn 1. A couple of them going all the way up on the top side. High side tickler line. They get up into the wall. Little door banging back there behind them. Zach Millett back there. 27 Casey Benz getting up into the wall.
Start there, a restart there, man. He went straight backwards down the middle there.
Some of these old boys diving it on in here. Literally sending it.
It's so much easier to make a couple spots up on these restarts, especially if you're on that inside line. That you got to go for it. Once it gets spread out a little bit, it's hard to pass.
Yeah, it is very hard to pass if you got to get yourself in the right situation. We already saw that 49, obviously. It's Adam Pettit. Slid it down on the inside lane, took a couple shots, tried to work his way around some of these drivers. He's working on right now on Chuck Sweeting. Battle for the 10th spot, get him up there into the top 10. It's Adam Pettit trying to make something happen. Right in behind James Conley in the 61. Casey Benz was up there closer to the front. He has actually slid back a little bit now. Zach Millen as well. little wasp nest, I would say, right here, Jim. Not a hornet's nest. Hornet's nest is when you got a good bit of them, which there is a good bit of them right here, but not necessarily the hornet's nest that we've talked about. Damn, there went Daniel Dixon. Track, little contact. Dixon down on the inside lane. Conley got into him. Dixon got up into the wall, come down. Conley was there. Caution will be on the speedway. You see everybody backing her down.
Yeah, we saw that one on camera there. That was a mess there. So, I mean,
right there, yes.
61, yeah, I mean.
Ooh, hard impact for Dixon.
Just waiting to see if somebody tags him. Everybody did a good job getting around him. He hit the wall pretty hard. Yeah, the front end of that car is pretty jacked up.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is. And Jim, another thing about this, with Dixon doing that right there, a lot of drivers praise what Dixon done right there, because there's some drivers, they hit the wall like that, they just want to gas up and carry on, as we do see Dixon obviously smoking. So odds are he's got a meatball flag, so that may end his night. But the situation where he was at and didn't put it on the throttle, try to straighten it back out with cars coming, a lot of people would praise that right there with what Dixon did right there, because it gives everybody an option. Hey, you can either go high or go low depending on where they're at on the racetrack. So it helps other drivers do that when you hold the brake. A lot of people say that, hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake. Dixon did that right there. Unfortunate for him getting involved with it right there with James Conley. I just think he was already up on the top side, and the damn hole closed up so much when they came off of turn 2. Conley was already on the bottom, and Dixon was just trying to get off the wall, and they made contact. Incidental, accidental, however you want to look at it, contact. Just got him in the left rear, sent him around, and unfortunately, win Dixon's night.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. And he was up there running, solid in the top 10 earlier, because we saw him when he blinked that one time, We'd focused on him a little bit then. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. But, that's the kind of stuff that happens at a track like Richmond.
Action-packed short track excitement here tonight at Richmond. It has been excitement from the get-go. Brian McCann, he might be a little bit of a party pooper. Honestly, Jim, up here at the front, he ain't getting around nobody. He is the leader. He is the leader for what he's got right now.
Apparently that gives us the total for the entire race, because it is a replay file. So if you looked at that, we just saw how many cautions are going to happen tonight. If you did,
yeah, it looks like there's a couple of them, but it's short track racing though, Jim.
No, I know it is.
You expect to have cautions like that, especially with a 43 car field. If a 43 car field made it all the way around at 200 laps and they didn't have a caution,
oh well, no,
I wouldn't believe it.
No,
I would not believe it.
There hadn't been many of those out there for sure.
I don't think there's ever been one. If there has been, let me know. I'll have to check that out just so I can sit there and say, yeah, I believe it. Because that's one of those things that's just hard to find. But Brian McCann, nobody has got around Brian. No. Ever since he took the lead, he's gassed up, he's carried on. Once again, spun the tires right there a little bit on that restart. Able to gas it up and carry on, though. So Brian McCann jumping back out to the lead. At Benefield, Cofield, Majors. Now Majors up on the top side trying to go for that third spot. Cofield sitting there. Now he's back to the third spot. Kick Majors back. They flip-flop it. Majors up top. Cofield down on the inside as they are door to door working their way off of turn 4, trying to run down Benefield and your leader, Brian McCann.
Yeah, this is a good perspective here. What it'd be like to be sitting in the stands here. I need to make me a trip to Richmond.
I do too.
Yes, indeed. Definitely.
Good little place right here for some short track racing right here at Richmond. Always puts on a fantastic show.
So
that third place battle's still heating up, baby. Cofield, Major's not wanting to give this up. Cofield tried to slide out there, trying to get clear. That's going to open the door. Cofield gets clear. Here comes Kevin McCann down to the inside. Kevin McCann, one of the big movers in the field, up 9 spots. But he ain't the biggest mover in the field. The biggest one, actually, is Zachary Cleek. He's the biggest mover at the time, up 26 spots all the way up to the 14th spot. Got Adam Pettit, got Shane Haas. I know he's out there watching in the live chat. Tim Schofield, and obviously Chris Goins. A lot of these guys up double digits right now.
Yeah, you gotta give Zachary some credit, man. That 26 spots, that's pretty impressive. Not that like Shane Haas here is watching. Yeah, man. It's a slow battle sometimes to get up there. Adam Pettit, what a run he's having to 17 spots up into the top 10. So tough to do here, man. Stay out of trouble working here. It's so easy to get caught up with somebody else in the mess,
Yeah, I mean, especially at short tracks like this right here, it is very, very easy to get caught up in somebody else's messes. We see everybody kind of slowing it down right here. Caution is out once again on the speedway. We'll get an idea, see kind of what happened to bring out this next caution. 13 going around right here.
Well, they got together. Oh.
Got loose. Up, come down.
Oh, big hit on the wall, though.
Little hooky. That's 13 right there sliding around.
Yeah, let's take one more.
Hard impact right there.
Well, 39 almost had him straightened out. Whew. Well, I tell you what, that was a good avoidance by those two cars right there.
Very good avoidance to try to get her straightened back out any way, shape, fashion, or form. But that will bring out the next caution here tonight at Richmond for the Richmond Rumble.
If I look, I see the bad number. So what do you think? When do you think these guys are going to make a choice to pit here? I mean, we're at lap 85. So basically, they did another 40 laps on their tires. They pitted at lap 43 before, so we're right there virtually. In fact, this lap will be exactly the same run that they had. Now, granted, a little fakery there, a little trickery. Of course, we've run a lot of green flag laps. That was 43 green flag laps on that first run. This one has been a significant amount of caution laps in there. I would say we've had at least 10, 12 of those laps have been caution laps, I would think.
Well, Jim, I think the biggest thing that these drivers are looking at is track position at this point right here. I mean, you got a couple, maybe Chuck Sweeting, I see him jumping down pit road, Zach Millett. They're electing to come on down and get service on their machines. Go ahead, get 4 tires, possibly, and just go ahead and fill it up. But I think with McCann, with Benefield, with Cofield, McCann, Majors, all these guys up here in the top 5, hell, even up in the top 10, you're iffy about coming down pit road and putting 4 freshies on. Granted, it's like you said, that first run that we had was damn near 40 laps.
No, it's 43.
Green.
43 green.
43. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, right at that of 43 green flag laps. I mean, not a whole lot of green flag laps in this one right here. I think it's mainly going to be about track position, just because of how, as big as the field is with some of the movements and everything else, it's just going to be about a track position game. It's going to be iffy on when they decide to pit. Now, if they come out here and they pop off about a 20, 30 lap green flag run, yeah, go get you 4 fresh tires. fill it on up, and get back on out there. But if it keeps with the caution and then, run about 5, throw a caution, run about 5, throw a caution, you might go about 20, 30 more, maybe, and then think about taking a shot and trying to jump down pit road and get you 4 freshies. But I think for the most part, Jim, I think honestly, like I said, it's going to be a track position kind of deal right here if the cautions keep coming out. If you get a good wrong green flag run in, yeah, that's when you jump down, go ahead and take your second set.
I wonder, just out of curiosity here, as the pace car is about to come off, I wonder what these tires can do on a long run. Like, how many laps if they were pushing it, could these tires go?
It depends on your driving style. It depends on how hard you're pushing it. It depends on all that, obviously. But we'll see. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. McCann gasses up. Ain't nobody got around him the whole race so far. Coming up on the halfway point, nobody, N-O-N-E, none, has took a shot at him, as we got a little door banging going on right here with Roethlisberger and Mefford, Brandon Mefford, that is. More door banging, a little more, off of 4, shoving it out, literally going on for the 6th spot, right in behind Majors. Roethlisberger, Mefford, just absolutely, this is the Richmond Rumble, so to speak, for the title sponsor of the race. This is how you rumble right here.
Yeah, I tell you what, they are side by side here for 10, 12 spots back right now. This is a tight racing here. Just waiting for one of these guys to decide to send it 3 wide.
You get the right opportunity, get the right situation, go ahead and send it. That's when you do it. Mefford actually able to get the better of Roethlisberger. You flip-flop back, you got Conway, you got Pettit right there behind him. Pettit up 16 spots from where he started here in the race. Hardy right there behind him as well. And that double foul has went right back to a single foul situation, at least for about the top 11, 12, maybe 13 cars. Back to the single foul, there's Zachary Cleek. Cleek trying to get it down on the inside. He's got Nigels behind him and Shane Haas. So about top 15, maybe 16. Top 15, maybe 16. That's where you get your single file, a couple of them diving. But here's your Waff's Nest, possibly even a Hornet's Nest with the amount of cars that's out there. Oh, what a round. 96, Devin Eaker goes around hard.
Yeah, hard into the wall there.
Hit the inside retaining wall very, very hard, and caution is out once again.
Yeah, that was, we saw that one coming. This, man, this is it's a big shot here. He hits hard. He's already he's loose there. Yep, he's hanging on to it. Bumps into the poor 62. He's been involved in 3 or 4 things already tonight. Oh man, look at this. Gee whiz.
29, Christian Schrader. He got into the back of him, set him around after the stack up.
Well, who was it that was?
A couple others, Tony Benfield right there as well.
Was it was Peter Rosick? Was the initial car that got loose, right? The 26? Yeah. He's the one that's stepping out there and then hit the wall.
There he is right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was on him there.
It looked like a...
Oh, man, that 31, that was Zach Millett. He just decided to pit on the last pit stop, got back there in the mid-pack. You know, he had been running up front a good bit of the night. And, man, wow, that's rough. There was several good cars involved in that right there. I think there were some cars that might have been caught up in it. Oh, golly, somebody gets absolutely jacked up. Oh, that was a Netco jacked up. Who was that, man? I want to see that again. I'm going to do something I never, ever do. I never, literally, ever.
Kyle Pendergraft was the 14 right there. Kind of into somebody.
No, before that green car. Look right there, the 15. Look at
15.
All right, so who
Garrett
did you say that was behind him? The 14. I never do this.
Yeah,
but
14. Obviously, that's Kyle Pendergraph.
Where's he at? There he is.
Got into
Okay.
Johnston and sent
let's
him
go.
right up the hill.
Well, I don't even
Bam!
watch
Just
it.
nails
He didn't even hit him. All right, here we go. Let's go. We're gonna watch this. Oh, see on the other camera, it didn't look like that. That was so weird. That was a netcode thing. Interesting. All right, I've had my entertainment. Sorry, folks. Couldn't resist. It looks so different on the other shot though. But I won't rewind it again, so we'll resume here. I don't want to be here. We don't need to be here all night. Yeah,
one thing about it, one driver that's loving it.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know.
Is
if
McCann.
I don't know if he is or not. I'm sure he'd rather just knock these green flag laps out and get out of here. As fast as he's been all night, I'm sure he would just take a big long green flag run right here. Then he knows everybody's going to pit behind him, and he can get out first because he's got a good pit box. You know, I mean, that's kind of how you want short track racing to go. You know, you just want to be on cycle with everybody with the leader, especially if you were a fast, pace sitter, pole sitter, and got you a good pit stall. You just want long green flag runs. Everybody pits with you. You get out first again.
Absolutely. I mean, he still got the fastest lap of the race, 22.362. That being Brian McCann, as you see right there on your screen. Adam Benefield, Kevin McCann, Jonathan Cofield, TJ Majors. That is your top five. Some drivers jumping down pit road right there. Shane Haas, Chris Goins going down. Newt Quick, Matt Kopp, Kyle White, a couple of them jumping down.
Right there. Newt Quick. That sounds like a video game action hero kind of name right there. It does. Newt Quick. Are you kidding me? Newt Quick. That sounds like a character you play in Fallout or something.
It really does, to be honest with you.
It does. I mean, Battlefield, one of them, Colonel Newt Quick. Sorry. I get sidetracked easy, especially at midnight. 1 o'clock in the morning on your side of town.
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, Jim, it's like I said, it's one of those things, like I said earlier, it's like we were talking about, cautions breed cautions.
Yeah.
And, that's going to happen on these short tracks. I mean, that's just how it is on these short tracks.
Well, and
when you get big fields like this, you're going to have these cautions.
We're getting guys, although it's getting less and less now. We've got guys that are pitted on, in the 60s and 90s, or just now pitted or in the 80s. So the field's getting spread out on tires now a little bit. But, you got some guys out there on older tires. Man, at this point, some of these tires got 50 laps on them, even though a lot of them are under caution. These cars are getting loose on them.
Well, here we go once again. Restart. McCann, like he's done for 99 laps, taking it out front. Kevin McCann right in behind Adam Benefield. Was able to shoot right around Cofield. Jump up there and take the third spot. Cofield flip-flops. He goes back to fourth. As you see the whole field working its way by right here. They hit the line. And we hit the 100 lap mark, so the halfway point here in this race with McCann. Got Benefield right up his back door. Looks like about the top five. They're single file. Everybody else double file right behind Majors as they work their way into three. You got Roethlisberger, you got Medford, you got Pettit, Conley, Butler, Hardy. Everybody's picking up. Caution is out once again on the speedway.
Yep, let's see. Mike Koch or Cook, depending on how he says it. I think he's involved in this race.
Wow!
It was that 22 that looked like might have got a little loose there. I am going to look at that again. Who is the 22? Is that
Matt Kopp? Matt Kopp.
Is it? He's the 22?
Yes,
Okay.
Matt Kopp, 22. I mean,
Oh,
hard
Matt Kopp.
impact.
Okay, yeah. Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
very hard impact right here.
This was, boy, he just knocked
Gets
that.
loose,
Boy, he
comes
knocked that
down,
37.
gets into the 97, I believe it
Yeah, it
was.
might have
Stody
been
Benefield right there, and then just hits the inside rotative wall very, very hard. Knocked it around into about a 1080.
He did do about a 1080. Oh, that's a true story there. He did.
Jim, we might want to go ahead and do the ride on.
I think
for
so.
Matt.
I think that's probably about as active as it's going to get here. We're not going to probably see the heavy duty stuff, so let's do that here. All right, you going to warn them, or are we just going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to warn them. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your ex-wives. If they're watching with you, hard impact. Bam! Hard impact for Kopp. Nails the inside rotative wall. You see the hood flopping on the front of the number 22 Chevy. Matt Kopp, his night is pretty much over with.
Yeah, well,
hell, he just parked it and went ahead and got out at this point.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't really want to rewind again, but there were several other cars involved in that too that took pretty good licks too. I'm not going to rewind it again because again we can't jump back forward, so I'm just going to let it go from here. But there were several cars in there that got hurt on that one. So now at this point, they've been almost 60 laps on these tires. Even though a lot of caution, I know, but it's got to happen eventually. I don't know. I guess I'd probably still hang on if I got track position.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I would do. If you're sitting up there at least in the top 10, maybe 15, hold what you got, see what you got going on. And hang on till you set the tires and see what happens.
Where would you want to be in the field to pit right now and say, hey, I'm going to be on fresh tires when those guys decide to pit, and I'm going to try to stay out? Where would you?
If I had to say, I'd say back there around in the 20s.
So
Christopher Williams, obviously he went down.
13th, you wouldn't do that?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. I still think it's a little bit too early with some of the races and everything. Yeah, I got you. We love to give opinions here on Motorbike Broadcasting. Absolutely.
I'm full of a lot of things, but opinions is just one of them. So, true story.
We end up having beef when that all happens, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, anybody up here inside this top 10, top 15, you ain't going nowhere, at least for a little bit.
Tell you what,
I would say these old boys, if it keeps doing this right here, I would say, I mean, depending on how long the cautions and everything else go, Jim, you're probably looking at about lap 150, possibly. I mean, I know we just cracked the 100 lap mark. You're probably waiting for about a 150, to be honest with you, before you even think about saying, you know what, let's go burn that second set. To be honest with you, with the cautions and how they've been coming out and everything, you don't really want to push that envelope and push that issue to put yourself back there, knowing that there's a possibility. I mean, now if you pit and you get those 4 freshies and it runs green, you're going to come out smelling like a damn rose.
Well,
but
that's the thing, though.
You're gambling at that point.
Short track racing, I don't think it's as likely to happen. But I did want to kind of highlight Zach Cleek here. Look, we started this race back there. Going back green here, and what a run he's had up through the field tonight. Again, man, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely is, Jim. I mean, you think about it here with the IROC Challenge Series. You're basically starting the season off with 3 wild cards. You had Daytona last week. Then you start out, then you have a short track this week. Oh, TJ Majors sliding a little bit, little contact right there with Majors sliding it on up on the outside lane. Then you got Conley. He's got to set it down on the inside. Roethlisberger getting a little contact, getting a little roughhouse, and they're going to get really rough right here. 83, Brandon Medford just absolutely getting used up. 9 ways to Sunday. Wow.
And then look at Fleet we were just talking about, man. He's got it slinging it around on the outside out there. He's up 29 spots, man.
And think about this as well, Jim. I mean, like I said, you start the season off with 3 wild cards. We talked about Daytona, you got Richmond, and then next week, you go to Portland International Raceway. For 51 laps, that's a road course. So there you go, 3 wild cards.
That's its own level. Talking about how to caution us. I swear.
Everybody kind of getting spread out back here. You see the 38. There is Shane Haas working his way, trying to work his way up through the field. Right in front of him, you got Chris Mefford with Casey Bentz right there in the 27. They're trying to make a little something happen. Jason Nigels, we talked about him a while ago, pretty much starting mid-pack. That's second where he's sitting at as well. And how about Chuck Sweeting?
Yeah.
How about that right there? 75. He pitted on 101. He was one of the drivers that just got through pitting. You can tell that 75 has got to be, he took some tires. That 75 is rolling right now, literally on that inside lane. And you're starting to see the fruits of the labor with fresh tires as opposed to some of these guys up here that have got older shoes on.
Yeah, I mean, he's moving back up after pitting. He's clearly the highest guy in the race that pitted it on lap 101 there. I think you're right. I mean, you're starting to see the dividends and,
Conley! Damn, Conley got really loose.
That wasn't Conley. That was a 62. That was Tyndall.
Tyndall right there. Okay, yeah. Tyndall, the one that kind of getting a little bit sideways. Tyndall and Conley, both of them got very similar speed schemes.
Yeah. And there's 61 and 62. So there's your 62 right there, and then there's the 61 right there. I mean, they are different, but actually he's got a black number on his Conley does. This might be how it's telling apart. That's the best way to tell.
Tinley trying to hold on with Brett Butler up top. Obviously, right in behind him, Kyle Hardy right there in that mix as well. Like we mentioned a second ago, Chuck Sweeting trying to make it happen. Obviously, he pitted on 101, and he is surrounded by some of these guys that pitted 40 laps. Yeah.
He's going to just have to wait for something to shake loose here so he can make some moves. Because he's got the tires to drive under guys, but he can't drive under when they're too wide. Really good.
He can't do a whole lot. Yeah, I mean, Chuck really can't do a whole lot right there. Oh, yes, absolutely. He can very much make it interesting and slide it down, dive bomb, like he's going to do right now, 3 wide. Chuck Sweeting at 75 diving it down, and he will take it 3 wide. He'll stick the 46 of Chris Mefford up into the middle lane. Hardy up top. Right behind him, 38 Shane Haas trying to get up into the middle of this as well. 3 wide at Richmond. How about that?
And doing it for a whole lap here or more. I mean, usually you'll see it just look. Oh, they're just going to make it a different 3 wide now.
Oh, they got sent. 76. Butler got sent up the hill, able to save it, gather it back up. He's going to lose a lot of spots out of that right there. Lose a couple, matter of fact. About 4 or 5 spots, but he's going to gather it back up and we stay green.
He's on the move, man. Watch this. He's going to send it right down in here, too. No, he's going to quite there on that one, but he's coming. Well, I tell you what, you feel like God. You feel like God when you're out there on fresh tires and you guys got 60-something lap old tires. You feel like Hercules out there.
Absolutely sending it. Tyndall right there in front of Sweeten. Sweeten going to take it 3 wide, try to get him a twofer, which means a 2-for-1 special. Up top, Zachary Cleek, the biggest mover in the field, and that number 11 green car. They get a little bit tied over there off of 2, but they're able to straighten it out. Sweeten able to get away from everybody. He's going to go after Zach Roethlisberger in the 23 and leave the Hornet's Nest in the dust. Chuck Sweeten, how about you, sir? Get on up there and get a hold of it.
Oh, man, he is driving it right now. He's up on that wheel.
And, Jim, we are getting into that point, like you were talking about a second ago. We're starting to get that green flag run in right here.
I think
I
think he made the right move, dude. Because now he's got track position. And he can choose if he wants to use his last set of tires, because by the time they put next, you could go to the end. So, there's going to be guys that finish this race more than likely with a set of tires at the end. By the way, Chuck Sweeten has pitted 4 times in this race. So he was obviously involved in some incidents and had to do a little work on the car too.
And, I mean, he gets one more spot right here, Jim. He's going to be literally right back where he started the race at, because he started in the 7th position here tonight. He gets up here and gets a hold of Adam Pettit. He will literally slide himself right back up to where he started at, which is the 7th spot. Door banging right there in front of him, James Conley up there. We saw it there for just a split second with obviously Brandon Mefford. Little door banging right there coming off of 2. I mean, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of door banging when you come to these short tracks. I mean, literally bread and butter as far as door banging style goes.
Yeah, well, this is real racing, man. As much as I love mile and a half, and this is racing right here. This is the grassroots of racing. Just get out there this is even a big track for that. This is a 3/4 mile track, but you get out there on those half-mile tracks and you kind of beat and bang on each other a little bit and move people out of the way. When you wreck them, you move them, and that's racing, man.
Still slugging it out. Mefford able to get the advantage over James Conley, 126 to 203. Jim, like I was talking about a while ago, this might, if a caution was to come out, this would be the time when I would sit here and I would look at some of these drivers, like a McCann, like a Adam Bettefield, like a Kevin McCann, a TJ Majors, Brandon, all these guys that pitted on that lap 43. If a caution was to come out and say like the next 10 laps, hell, if it come out right now, those drivers may want to sit there and think about it and say, you know what? Let's go get 4 fresh tires. Let's go down there and let's go ahead and get ourselves lined up, get us a little bit of extra grip. Because, Jim, it's like you said, some of these guys may end up leaving here with a set of tires in the pits. Way I look at it, hell, you got the sets of tires. You can't take them home with you. Go ahead and use them.
Well,
see what happens.
To me, that's exactly why I think what Chuck Sweeten did was impressive, because he made that decision. Obviously, he had to pit several times tonight, but here he is up into 5th spot now. He's still got the freshest tires of anybody on the track. I mean, nobody has fresher tires than him, and he is sitting up here in 5th spot, and he can choose to come with the leaders if he wants, or he can wait and come later and maybe make a run up through the field late in the race. He's got options now, a lot of these guys don't have options. It's, next caution, they got to pit.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That is the plan that they're going to try to make out of this. 130 to 203. Chuck Sweeten able to slide right around TJ Majors. Slide himself up into the 4th spot. Kick old TJ back to the 5th spot. James Conley and group, or James Conley and company with Mefford, and obviously with the 49 of Adam Pettit. try to slide up here. I mean, look at Conley, baby. Dirt tracking that sucker off of turn 2. We've seen him do it a couple of times already, and a little bit more door banging right here with Medford and Conley. They were slugging it out. They were door banging a while ago. Now they just keep on door banging. They're going to be rough in the sheet metal between that 83 and that 61. They are rough in that sheet metal.
I mean, it's battle for that track position. You got to hold on to it up there. And the thing is, man, there's battles going on all over the place. We drop back here. Look at this little three-way fight right here. This is a good battle,
Yeah, very good battle going on back there. That's William Tyndall back there. Obviously, with Kyle Hardy, Shane Hobbs right there, and that makes Hobbs.
Under green.
Wow. Damn. Jim, I don't know about that right there. I don't know about that call right there. That right there, I mean, caution comes out right here. You're pretty much hurting yourself. And it ain't happening. Yeah, Zach Roethlisberger, I mean...
Was he involved in something that we missed?
I think so. I mean, I didn't see him necessarily just drop like a rock and then jump into the pits. I mean, when I watched it over on the SDK, it looked like he just went down pit road. He just jumped down, and all of a sudden, once he hit pit road, obviously dropped on our timing and scoring. So not 100% on that. But Chuck Sweeten still up here trying to get him a little something.
There goes the 26 again.
26 going around. No caution yet on the speedway. They keep it straight. 26 going around right there. You see him on your screen. 26 is Peter Rosick. Able to get it back going. We stay green, Jim. We keep it at least green for the most part right here. There's Chuck Sweeten once again. And we keep showing him, folks, because he pitted on 101. He got 4 freshies, and he is literally, like you said, he is flying. He's got about a 10th to 2 tenths. Literally has drove through the whole field. Jim, that right there was one of those instances where Chuck was sitting back there at the back and said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to put 4 on, and we're going to see what happens. And I'm just going to send it and just hope like hell this sucker goes green. And sure enough, it has. And it's putting Chuck Sweeten in prime position to make something happen right here. He's got it up in the 3rd spot. Granted, he's 5 seconds back from Brian McKenna, race leader. But, I mean, he's up there and he's got some track position out of it.
I don't normally wouldn't do this, especially, this 26 is getting awful aggressive. Lap down, and he's already demonstrated his tires are hot as hell. He just practically spun it into the inside wall a couple laps ago. And he's sticking it up here against up inside of these top 5, 6 guys. Like he's got full control of that car. I mean, I know he's at least 1 lap for sure. I don't know. I'd be a little aggravated if I'm up here running in 5th place like Conley.
Well, the way it's looking right here, Jim,
he's probably got tires because he just did it.
Yeah.
But he's still a lap down or
now sitting in 35th right now, and numerous laps down, mind you.
That's my point. I mean, sure, he's driving around these guys, but, because he's got better tires in the car. But, I mean, he just near about to turn down the inside wall a couple laps ago.
I'll tell you something else that may be getting tore down right now is Brian McCann. Seriously, I mean, we saw it there for a second. Obviously, with Adam Benefield starting to kind of stalk Brian McCann right now. Right up his back door. You got right there pretty close to him just a second ago. Starting to see some of the lap traffic starting to try to work their way around.
Yeah, maybe I.
Mr. Brian McCann.
Maybe I was a little rough on that. Especially when you get off pit cycle like that. I don't know. It's just a guy who just practically spun a couple of laps before it. He's standing on the inside of guys like that. I'm going to be a little nervous. I'm just going to I'm old.
Battle going on right here. Chris Medford. TJ Majors right here in the middle of it as well. Brandon Medford. Medford's going after old Majors right here.
Yeah.
TJ holding his own right now, though.
He's in a Medford sandwich right now.
Yeah, a good old Medford sandwich right now. And now he literally is, with Chris now sitting in front of TJ. Brandon behind him. Cofield not too far back from all of that as well.
I wonder if that's like a fried bologna sandwich. You know about a fried bologna sandwich, don't you?
Oh yeah, right here in North Georgia. Yeah, absolutely. We love those.
Isn't it Richmond that's famous for the fried bologna sandwiches?
You might be tripping again, to be honest with you. I don't know a whole lot about on that one.
Oh, Google. See if I'm right.
I know Martinsville is all about the hot dogs. I know that.
Yeah, Martinsville. Which I'd probably do some serious stuff.
Yeah.
Google,
yeah, I'd have to bring a whole lot of money for that one.
Is the famous for the fried bologna sandwiches. I'm pretty sure it's in Virginia because the person I remember talking about so much was Elliot Sapp. And he's from Virginia. I'm putting that old memory to the test. You see that Ginkgo biloba or whatever they call it. I'll tell you what, man, TJ is slipping back. He needs to hit. I think he would, at this point, would be more than happy with the caution.
So what you're talking about is you're talking about a bologna burger.
Well,
is what I believe you're talking about. And yes, you were right for the Virginia portion of it.
Yes.
Because that is South Boston.
Oh, South Boston.
So they got the bologna burger
I thought
going
it was
on
a bigger
there.
track than South Boston and the fried bologna sandwich. South Boston is definitely, that sounds right. I thought,
Something to miss right there on the 33. We just saw it right there for a second. Kevin McCann, who was up there in position up there to have a little something happen, and something happened. McCann, he just got blown right by right there. Something happened to him.
I think what's happening is tires, man. These guys are hurting.
Adam Pettit going in.
Yeah.
49 jumping down pit road right here. Chris Goins going down pit road. McCann going down as well.
Yeah, these tires
Race leader McCann jumping down. Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck Swedby's looking like a hero right now, man.
He absolutely is.
Benefield took the pit road.
Chuck Swain might actually go the distance. Right here, Jim.
That's going to be a long run. I mean, that's going to be 99 laps on a set of tires. Okay, that's a long run. Because we're seeing here now that well, these guys we're at 152. They've hit it on 43, so they went longer than that on those tires. But it wasn't all green flag laps either. So TJ is holding out. He is not pitting. I guess he's holding out for a caution. But at this point, well, of course, you can trap a lot of the field a lap down here with caution. So I'd probably try to tough it out too at this point. You made that bed, you're kind of out there now. You might as well ride it as long as you can and see if you can catch that caution and put these guys a lap down.
He very much could right now. The first driver that is one lap down is the 23. You see him right there on your screen. That's Zach Roethlisberger. Matter of fact, actually, I this point now, I mean, still 1 lap down to your race leader, which is Chuck Sweeten. Chris Medford sitting in second, TJ Majors sitting in third. It's actually Brandon Medford actually slides around TJ Majors. Take Medford up to the third spot. Majors gets kicked back to board. Cofield now goes to fifth. How about William Tyndall? 62. We saw all the issues he had going on. He got caught up in like 2 or 3 wrecks.
He does have a little bit
Tyndall
of
up there sitting in sixth.
Yeah. 25 lap fresher tires than these guys that are out there struggling, that are pitting now. So he's got potential to run here a little further if if he takes care of him a little bit. Obviously, Medford and Sweeting are the ones that are looking like they've got covered this year right now with their good tires up front. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Sweeting can win, especially if it goes green. But man, that looks like a brilliant move we made now that our TJ's putting.
He's going in now. TJ Majors jumping it down pit road in the 6th. He's pitting from the 3rd spot.
McKeon is pitted all the way back up to 7th place. He just took tires, right? Yeah, took tires.
Yeah, he pitted on 150 about 10 laps ago. Yep.
So he's really sitting pretty. If this thing goes green, he's going to be the one sitting pretty. I mean, granted, Sweeting's out there in front now. I'll tell you what, McCann is sitting in a nice spot.
Very nice spot that being for Brian McCann. If he can make it happen right here, basically knocking a second off every single lap. Off of Chuck Sweeten. Off of Chuck Sweeten. I mean, I'm looking right now, Chuck Sweeten, that time right there hit a 24.1. We'll see what McCann hits the next time he goes by the line.
The reason that's important is because if you look, McCann is only right here, okay? Now watch me go back to, watch me go up to Sweeten. Not that far behind. Sweeting is behind him, so. But the fact that he's leaving Sweeting is, means he's not going to get back there. So.
Yeah, well, McCann was about a second faster than Chuck Sweeten that last lap right there, so that helps out a little bit.
All right, Medford just pitted.
That being Brandon Medford.
Yeah, Brandon.
Chris Medford's still out there on the racetrack right now. Chuck still leads it. Got about a 9-second-ish gap right now. Chuck Sweeten has over Chris Medford. William Tyndall, that 62, still staying out there up 30 spots from where he started. Stephen Durbin up 32 spots from where he started. He's currently sitting in the top 5. Right now, you got 7 drivers. 7 drivers on the lead lap. Everybody else is 1 lap down or more. You go 1 lap down, hell, you got to go all the way down to 29th place before you can find somebody that is not 1 lap down but multiple laps down. That most of the field literally 1 lap down at this portion, and like you said, Jim, that would be something that maybe Chuck is looking for right here to stretch it out. Run it as long as you can. Put most of the field 1 lap down and put them in that situation. There's Zach Millen. He put him 1 lap down, and he's 7th place. So put as many of them as you can lap down. Caution comes out, you're in good.
Both of them got the same time. Both pitted on lap 101. So, I mean, Sweeting is, for where he pitted, he's strong. Like I said, Zach Millett was pretty tough all night, and he just went a lap down, and they pitted on the same lap.
Yeah, Zach Millett also, there you see it right there just for a second. He's got a little bit of back end damage. Maybe car not handling as best as it should.
He did get a shot there in one of those laps. last couple of rounds.
You see Chris Wally sliding up the track a little bit, giving room to the race leader, Chuck Sweeten. Chuck's out here hitting 24 threes. Give you an idea, Brian McCann hitting 23 fives. Adam Benefield hitting 23 threes. So they're about a second faster than what Chuck Sweeten's doing, and they're 12 to 13 seconds behind Chuck Sweeten. You gotta think for a second though, Jim, with that second a lap, they're making up a second a lap, and you got 30 laps to go here in the race. They're gonna catch him. If they keep it with the pace that they're doing right now, they are gonna catch him.
Just past Medford just now. Just past Medford now. Hands back in second place. I'm not gonna lie to you. At this point, if I'm McCann, I'm not as much worried about catching Sweeten right now. I just want to take it easy, get into the turns, see, and off smooth and not burn my tires out. Because right now, he's sitting right where he wants to be. He's got 50 lap pressure tires. Sweeting, just take care of your tires. Sweeting's going to come to you anyway as these laps go on. And just don't burn your stuff. At this point, I don't think you can predict even if caution comes out. So save your tires, and just keep the best rubber on the car you can, and set yourself up. Sweeting you're going to be able to dispose of him just because he's going to have 100-lap whole tires before this thing ends if they don't hit.
Yeah, you already see a couple other drivers right there. They're with Neil Quick, not Nuke Quick, but Neil Quick coming on down pit road right there. McCann already got it up under the 10-second mark. Then you look right here, look at this. Benefield right up his tailgater, back door rather.
I know, that shoots my whole theory to shit. I mean, it does. It's just being honest. It does. I mean, because you can't sit on it too long. Benefield's got 2 lap pressure tires that you do, and he's going to do the same thing. So, at this point, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Benefield wearing out Brian McCann, and at the same time, they are catching the race leader, Chuck Sweeten. But now that time is starting to drop a little bit, Jim. It's not right at that second mark. It's starting to level out with Adam Benefield and Brian McCann going after Chuck Sweeten right here. So the times for each lap, they're starting. Yeah, well, they're racing each other as well. At least it was. Adam Benefield is going around Brian McCann. Is he clear? Will he get clear? For the most part, yep, no, yes. Adam Benefield able to clear Brian McCann right here. Working his way around the outside. That's Brandon Mefford trying to work his way back up here in contention, possibly if Chuck Sweeten was to make a pit stop, to possibly get himself back on the lead lap. So
is he the first car a lap down?
Technically, right now, yeah. Where Kevin McCann, he is the first driver 1 lap down, all the way back in the 9th position. So caution comes out. McCann will be the beneficiary out of it. And think about this for a second, Jim. Think about this as well. You got 9 drivers or 8 drivers.
Well, there's our caution. It'll be right there.
And there it is. Neil Quick, 2 cars, spins it around, caution is out.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it's out. Neil Quick.
I mean, it would have to be sitting all the way on the track. Yeah. Well, now.
There goes your strategy and everything out the door now.
No, not really. I mean, if I'm Benefield or McCann at this point, I don't think I'm coming. I mean, I got track position. I still got reasonably decent tires. I'll take track position and 35 lap, 40 lap tires. I mean, I'm good.
Chuck's going though.
Yeah, sure, of course.
And that's a call right there for Chuck. I mean, yeah, Chuck Sweeten. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go get him.
Yeah. No, absolutely for him, for sure. They all came.
Benefield, McCann going down. Conley,
okay.
though. See what James Conley does. See what Chris Mefford's
They're all
doing.
coming.
Yeah, everybody's coming down.
Well,
Everybody
you know
looks like it.
That is exactly why I'm sitting here and not in one of them cars out there. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So there you go. I would have stayed out and I'd have been an idiot. So who did
And all these old boys, they're going to get the freshies right here.
So Kevin McCann, of course, he was the car that's going to get the wave around, right? So he has to stay
Looks
out.
that way.
He was a lap down, so he's got to stay out to get the wave around.
Well, if he got the lucky dog, he can.
Yeah, no,
if he
but
got the lucky dog, yeah,
he couldn't pit when the leaders pitted because he was a lap down.
Right.
So, yeah, now he'll stay out, get the wave around.
But these other guys like TJ and Jonathan Cofield and Casey Betts and all these other guys, if they want to be in the position to get back on the lead lap, then they can't pit.
Right.
They've got to go ahead and take the wave around and then catch back up to the back end of the field. So,
right. Well, now I'll tell you what. Now at this point, Chuck Sweeten is looking like a genius because he was able to hang on for that caution. He went in and got fresh tires, and everybody else decided to come with him. So now he's back in the lead of the race with brand new tires. So he just survived the tire thing, drove himself up to the lead of the race, and the caution came out before he lost the lead of the race. And now he's sitting pretty with perfectly fresh tires and sitting in P1 in the track position.
Chuck Sweeten could have lead them to the restart.
So what you think now? We got 19 laps to go, so we're going to be 18 or 17 to go when we go back around. What are you thinking right now? Based on the guys that are up front, all of them on fresh tires. You know, I'll tell you, TJ Majors suffered pretty bad there, man. He's on one lap 151 tires, and he's all the way back in 10th place. That did not work out. Hanging on to go back green.
Well, back green, 21 laps to go at this point. So we'll see how this ends up going. Everybody hold on for what you got. Sweeten sends it. Benefield trying to get over. 23 going around back there in the back. Caution's going to come out, and Conley spun going into 3.
Did he?
James Conley in the 61 goes around over in turn 3 and 4 after the caution comes out.
Oh my goodness. Just lost all that track position. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what happened there. So you say it was Roethlisberger that went around?
Yeah, 23 got sent around. Because they was coming off of turn 2. Something happened with the 23. Watch it again right here. And I don't know if he got tagged or if he just got loose. Damn, look at the pile up they have behind him.
I'll tell you, well, other than that little incident right there.
I think both of them was going for the same spot. I think both of them was trying to turn around at the same time.
You know, you never notice I'm a conspiracy theory guy. You ever notice that I always go for right? Oh, he'll just beat. You know, I'm always a conspiracy theory. It's kind of funny if you think about it. All right, so here's the 23. Let's see.
I'm just curious if that 35 actually got him.
Oh no, he got him. Hell yeah, he got him. And then the 13 went around almost at the same time.
Kind of a synchronized spin. That was Kyle White back there in the 13. It went around as well.
Who was it?
Kyle White in the 13. He went around, had a little help as well.
Let's see if he had
more or less synchronized spinning, if you will.
So did he get a little helping hand there? Well, he ain't got no.
I think he probably did right there. There you see the 17 right there.
Yep, he did.
As Evan Vachia gets into him, sends him around. Roethlisberger just took a hell of a ride.
Yeah, he did.
Slid all the way down the back stretch.
All right. Well, let's get up here.
There are a couple of them stacking up back there as well.
Well, I tell you what, I got a feeling at where we're at right now, we could rack up a few cautions here. We're at that point in the race where it's go time, and we've said it. These things, cautions breed cautions, and all of that. I think we could see a few of them stack up here.
Yeah, you could definitely see a few of them stack up and make it interesting, as well as you see Chuck Sweeten slowing down, getting ready to catch up to the pace car. Chuck Sweeten, Adam Benefield, Brian McCann, Chris Befford, and Adam Pettit being your top 5.
Well, I tell you what, let's take a look at our biggest gainers here. Now we're late in the race, and it doesn't matter. Look at Steve Durbin, man. Steven Durbin. Holy cow. Wasn't he involved in an incident earlier, too?
He was.
All right, why did it show me that?
Yeah, Steven Durbin, William Tyndall as well.
All right, why is his car
62
showing
up a couple spots as well.
Why is his car showing the 99 number on the timing and scoring, but he's 81 on the track? I'm very confused. It doesn't take much to confuse me.
Well, it could be 99 on timing and scoring, but then you flip around and with custom paint schemes, maybe have a different number.
Okay, so here you
however
go.
you want to look at it as well.
These guys here from 8th down, they're coming and getting even fresher tires now, because TJ, remember, his were 151. So now he's going to have fresh ones. I wonder if he's going to be able to drive his way back up through the mess and get back up there with fresher tires now. Not that these other guys' tires are bad, but his were already, almost 50 laps old. So he's going to be, feeling superhero-ish himself right now.
Yeah, pretty much in the catbird seats, what he may end up feeling as well.
I don't know about that now.
Possibly.
I'll take Chuck, Adam, or Brian's spot all day long. That'd be the catbird seat as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know any of these guys. I don't know who's super fast week in and week out. They're all just race car drivers at this point to us, but I don't know, man. The race that Chuck Sweeting has put together, I don't know if it was luck. I don't know the dude. Oh, by the way, look who's up now. 32 spots. Look at that.
Nuke quick.
Telling
Can't
you,
even
I
make
want
it
a
up.
jersey. I want a jersey with that name on it, like a Fallout jersey or something with Nuke Quick on it.
Get the Fallout helmet right there on the front of it and have Nuke Quick on the back of it.
Yes.
Put his number on the back of it. Put a number 4 back there on it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Is that his number? He's 4? Yeah.
Yep, number 4.
I mean, that's a good number. I like 4. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know any of these guys, but I just the race that Chuck Sweeting put together. I mean, qualified 7th, so obviously he's fast. He was in the top 10. So he's obviously got speed, and just I don't know if it was luck or if that was a well planned pit when he did, but man alive, he sure looks brilliant to me at this point.
Very much does. Is still waiting to get the double file up. Sweeten, Benefield, McCann, Mefford, Pettit, the top 5. As they work their way around under caution. Here for the Richmond Rumble 200 here tonight for the IROC Challenge Series for round 2 of their season.
Tell you what, let's do.
Next week we go road course racing. That'll be a good one. Go to Portland.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting and fun. I just wanted to throw this up. They got a nice graphic, and I didn't use it at the beginning like I should have. So, give them a little shout out for their nice graphic work there. But let's tell you what. Let's take a quick shot at that commercial. It's a quick commercial. Let's play that for the sponsor here and give them a little shout out.
Absolutely.
R&R Racewear, your source to all custom racewear apparel needs, and home to iRacing apparel. Check it out today at rnrracewear.com.
All right.
Here we go. Back at it at Richmond. Pace Lights is out. We're getting ready for a restart with Chuck Sweeten and Adam Benefield, Brian McCann, Chris Bedford, Adam Petty, top 5. I talked about that a second ago as well.
You want to crank it up one more time for him? What do you think?
I tell you what, yeah, hell yeah. We'll crank it up one more time here on the restart. When we get back green, show you the speed that the IROC Challenge Series is going to have. We done it earlier on. But we'll crank it up for everybody one more time and see how this old race is going to end here tonight. Chuck Sweeting, Adam Benefield, Brian McCann, Chris Mifford, Adam Pettit. That's the top 5. You got Stephen Durbin up 31 spots. William Tyndall up 26. James Conley, TJ Moore, New Quick up there in the top 10. And this is going to be a race to the end. Question is, like you said, Jim, is it going to be under caution? Is it going to be cautions, or are we going to be rocking and rolling? Pace car is off. They hit the restart zone. Crank it up, folks, one more time here tonight. Caution's out on the speedway. One spinner back there in the back. It's a yellow car. I saw that. Not sure which driver that was, but one of them spun around back there in the back.
Let's see if we can figure it out here.
See which one of them.
Oh.
Went around and brought out another one. No, that was
just blasted the wall. Holy cow!
Evan Bacino, the one that actually went around. I thought I saw a yellow one that went around as well,
there's
but
several others involved. But I got to see that again from a different camera angle because he smoked the wall. What in the world happened there? Oh, he got a little.
He got loose going in the corner, hits the outside retaining wall hard,
and then got crushed
double zero.
Yeah.
Mike Cook ends up getting into him, basically T-bones him and sends him on down the line. There's the 26 right there that ended up going around. Got nailed by the 14, 38 right there as well, getting involved as well. That's Shane Haas.
Ouch.
Ended up getting involved as well. It brings out the caution.
Did you say Shane Haas?
Once again, here tonight. Yep, Shane Haas in the 38.
Man, well,
cautions, precautions, baby. We're right here at the end of it.
It's, this was coming. I mean, that's just, it's just that time, man. That's what happens, It's go time here at the end. These guys are scrambling for positions, It's just the way that's just the way it is. We're going to be close, though. We're going to probably be 190, 191 when we go back here, so.
Chuck Sweeting could be, like I said, like we was talking about with the strategy that he had, Jim, could be sitting the one that really is in the catbird seat, to be honest with you.
Well, he's loving these.
It just depends on what's going to happen right here.
It's just ticking off laps that he ain't got to deal with, somebody gnawing on his back bumper, At this point, I'm sure he'd be happy to get this thing down under caution to green, white checker and just be done with it in 2 laps,
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, that's what he would love for it to happen, is caution and caution and caution and caution, and for it to work out for him. That way he can pretty much secure the win and be able to tame the Richmond Rumble here tonight for the second round of the IROC Challenge Series. Folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to the Motormouth Broadcasting Network. Keep up with everything going on. Obviously, next week, Portland Raceway, as Jim, you mentioned, obviously we'll be covering that one as well next week. So
as long as we don't get fired,
with it.
As long as we don't get fired after tonight, I mean, I guess that could happen.
It could, but I
I've
mean,
been-
we'll see what happens out of the whole deal.
I've been fired for some good jobs in my life. Quit a few too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that. Hell, on both of them, to be honest with you. I've quit and fired, or I've quit and got fired from jobs as well. So, but this will be interesting, Jim. I'll tell you what. Who you picking right here for this last little stand? Who
I'm
we going
with Sweeting, man. I just like the way he put it together. Brian McCann's strong as death. Don't get me wrong. You know, that dude run a great race, man. But I just, I don't know. There's something about Sweeting right now that just tells me that he put it together tonight. I feel like he did.
Let's see what old Sweeting ended up doing right here. Benefield on the outside, McCann, Mefford, Tyndall. Could play a little spoiler back there with that 62. Then Adam Pettit, Stephen Durbin, TJ Majors, James Conley, Jonathan Cofield trying to get back up here inside that top 10. Green flag back in the air with 11 laps to go. Are we going to make it all the way to the end? See what happens. Sweeting down to the inside. Benefield going to get right on that right rear. Not let Sweeting get up. Benefield going to take a shot. They twitch. They get a little sideways. Benefield going to keep it up on that high side and not going to let Benefield slide back up. Gets up into the wall. Benefield hits it up on the outside potato wall. He is sending it. 10 to go. Now Sweeting may end up getting clear, but Benefield gonna try to get another run at it. Sweeting tried to get up. Jimmy couldn't make it. Benefield's still there.
No, he's holding it out there, but the thing is, how many laps are your tires going to hold up before they get too hot out there? It's only a matter of time, and the thing is, he's starting to he's going to try to pull it. Oh, boy, he's lucky. Brian McCann's a nice guy right there, because he could have punted him for sure right there. That was, he let him get in that hole there. I'm surprised he did that, but good on him, man. I probably would not have let him have that hole. Then I'd have probably been in the fence cussing about it. But yeah, he's strong up there on that outside, but I can't believe those tires are going to hold up for 8 more laps out there without giving up on him.
Benefield ain't going to let up on it. I mean, I think that's about his only shot, because Sweeting's going to keep it on that bottom side.
Oh, yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, down in the Settle where Grandpappy has the moonshine from Granny, he ain't going nowhere off of that bottom side. He's going to make Benefield pass him on the outside. Will it work? They're spinning in the back.
Are they?
Spinner back there in the back.
Durbin.
It looked like it might have been TJ Majors and Stephen Durbin back there spinning around. And caution is out once again.
So I think Benefield was by him there.
Benefield might have got him right there.
Yeah,
and that is going to be detrimental on the restart.
Let's see what happened back here real quick. I don't want to waste too much time on it. Get on and wrap this thing up. Oh, that's TJ.
Oh, wow.
That's TJ.
Looked like Kevin McCann got in the back of TJ Majors, spun him around. Benz just ended up on the top side, tried to get it going.
Did he? Wait a minute. I didn't see. Oh, well, there's still more action. I didn't see.
McCann just went in there, just punted Majors, set him up the hill.
No, not.
And everybody else set it in there as well.
Hold on. Who? All right, let me do this here then. Spun there.
Kevin McCann just sends it on the inside. TJ Majors there, sends him around, big stack up. TJ just tried to get it straightened back out, and everybody else kind of piled right in right there behind him.
Well, that was rough. Well, that's a tough break for TJ, man. Through no fault of his own there. He took those late tires and was trying to make a charge there. And yeah, he got a little boot put to him there. Yep.
Yeah, got a little bit of a boot put to him, but
had him,
there
man.
you go.
Now Benefield's going to have that inside line. Now we're going to see. And let's see. So this thing says 6 laps to go, and I'm not a genius, but my maths are pretty good. I don't even have to take my shoes off for this one. This was a 200 lap race, and we just crossed 198. So that tells me that we're going to do 3 laps of overtime.
I would think that that's exactly what it is. So this should be the overtime restart that we're getting ready to have happen right here.
Because the lights are still on, so we're gonna probably go back green at 200 or 201. Yeah. So this is it. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, and my math ain't that good, but I can figure that one out. By the way, I meant to do this at the beginning of the race, but we were so late getting started that we were rushing. But I wanted to, I was going to drop a little Louisiana Cajun French on you tonight before this race started, but this is just as good a time as any. This is a laissez les bon temps rouler situation. Go ahead, you can ask.
What the hell is that?
Let the good times roll.
Attaboy, I can roll with that. You're going to have to teach me exactly how to say that because I ain't got a clue on that one.
We just coming out of Mardi Gras. We just coming out of Mardi Gras season. That's a kind of a Mardi Gras expression. It's a Cajun French expression. Let the good times roll. Let's have a party. Let's have a good time. Yeah, we'll work
Here
on
we
that.
go. Let's party it.
We'll do our French lessons. So we're about
get with me on that one. We might end up using it for heart to heart or something like that on Saturday night. I'll probably blow it but let's see what we got. Double foul on this restart, and Benefield going to take the top.
What?
Very interesting call right here for Adam Benefield. Going to take the top right here on this restart. He might have just threw it away right here, Jim.
Yeah, I would choose. I know he made the pass on the top, but there ain't no way. These tires have cooled off now. I don't think so. I like my pick even better now, I have to say. Starting on the restart, he's got the bottom.
Yeah, he's pretty much got the full send mentality to see if he can make it stick.
The only advantage that Benefield has, he gets to. He got a good jump too, though. He's got a good jump
right there.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that pretty much might end up sealing it. Benefield down to the inside, hell of a jump. Chuck Sweeten gonna have to fight off Medford back there as well, and that is gonna open the door wide open for Adam Benefield. Unless he ends up blowing it somehow, some way, off turn 4, coming back to take the white flag. And this is the final lap. You have an official race. Adam Benefield diving it down into turn number 1 for the final time off of turn 2. Medford slides up the racetrack. Chuck Sweeten right there behind him. McCann got loose, able to hold on to it. 3 and 4, final time. Adam Benefield coming home with a win here tonight at Richmond for the second round of the IROC Challenge Series. Chuck Sweeten gets second. Chris Medford third. Hell, they wreck it at the line. Brian McCann gets fourth. William Tyndall, 62, able to bounce back. Get him a top 5 out of this.
28 spots. Been in several incidents tonight, and man, oh man. Well. That was interesting. I didn't see that coming, man. I tell you what, he got a hell of a jump there, and but I guess I guess he knew he could get that jump on that top side up there, and and he did. That was beautiful.
Adam Benefield gets the win, burns it down on the front stretch. Is he still
out there burning it down? Nope.
I think he just parked it.
Yep, he did.
But Adam Benefield got the win here tonight. And what a race. So let's hit these results for you out here tonight. Show you kind of what we got going on right here. See kind of the race results for 3 green flag lead changes with 3 different leaders. Surely that ain't right. 35 cautions? for 46 laps. Somehow or another, we might be off on that one. William Tyndall gets the hard charger. Brian McCann led the most laps, 149. He also got the fastest lap and the pole award winner. With Adam Benefield only leading 10 laps, but he led the most important 10 laps, so to speak, Jim. He gets the win. Chuck Sweet in second. Chris Mefford will get third, and Brian McCann fourth. William Tyndall, hard charger, he ends up getting fifth. Kevin McCann will get sixth. Adam Pettit will get seventh. Brandon Mefford will get eighth. Jonathan Cofield ninth. James Conley will be in your top 10. Casey Betts, Brett Butler, 11th and 12th. Joshua Mears, Zachary Cleek, still a good run for him, up 26 spots.
Yes.
He ends up coming home 14th. TJ Majors gets 15th with Kyle Hardy. Garrett Johnson 16th, 17th with Stephen Durbin. Nuke Quick, there's your boy. And good drive, up 22 spots as well. Nuke Quick getting 19th with Zach Roethlisberger, finishing in 20th. Shane Haas, Zach Millett, Tim Schofield, Stoney Benefield, Kyle Pendergraft, Chris Wally. Then obviously with Kyle White, Neil Quick, Doug Wasaki, and Evan Bashia will end up being the top 30. Rest of the field, Jason Nigels with Chris Goins, Mike Cook, Peter Rusick with Gavin Henson, Matt Kopp, Devin Eaker, Christian Strader, that's the top 38. Daniel Dixon, what might have been for that 92, he's looking good earlier on in the race. He gets 39th with Joshua Funkhauser getting 40th. Rest of the field, Eric Henning, Chase Miller, and William Reams, 43 drivers here this evening. Well, Jim, usually this is when we would do post-race interviews, but this is the race replay, so we'll just go ahead and pretty much end it at this point. Jim, your final take on the first race with the IROC Challenge Series that we've called here this evening. It was a pleasure, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and I appreciate these guys letting us jump in here. It was a last-minute deal and kind of crazy, hectic to get it all done. We had some issues getting the repay file over to us and whatnot, but look, it was a lot of fun, and I do appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to doing Portland next week. You and I just did a race not 2 months ago or so at Portland. We did a truck race there together, and it was a lot of fun. So, I'm kind of excited to see how these guys get around Portland. It's an entertaining road course for sure. So we'll have some fun there.
Yes, sir. We're going to have an absolute blast when we get to it, when we get to Portland next week. So it should be an absolute blast to see how that's going to end up working out. Adam Benefield ends up getting the race win here this evening. What is going to happen when we get to Portland? We have to wait and see what happens. It was a good one here tonight. Love Richmond. And we'll see what happens when we go road course racing next week. That's going to do it for this broadcast here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Got to thank all the sponsors here in the IROC Challenge Series. Obviously, Fast Laps, Open Hearts. Obviously, Care for Kids. That's a great deal right there for that as well. Obviously, I've got a 7-month-old son, so any way that you can care for the kids, anything for that, I'm always 100% for it. Charity Motorsports, obviously Coles, Country Speedway as well. 3 Wide with DJG, obviously R&R Racewear, which played their commercial earlier on. Meff's Shirt Shop. You want a great shirt, go check them out, meffs-shirtshop.com. Obviously, Johnston Timbers LLC, and obviously Supreme 3D Printing LLC. All the great sponsors here with this league. Also, go check out Roasted Record, great sponsor that keeps going right here with Motormouth Broadcast and Digital Race Engineer for everything that they do for Motormouth Broadcasting. So a lot of great sponsors. Go check them all out and get yourself hooked up with some of the products. Shout out to the drivers putting on a hell of a show, and the fans. Y'all come out in some numbers here tonight. Hopefully, like I said, Like and subscribe to Motormouth Broadcast and keep up what we got going on, especially next week for the IROC Challenge Series. And big thanks, obviously, to Chris Wally and, all the admins over here with IROC Challenge Series allowed us to come over here, be ourselves, entertain you, the fans.
Jonathan
some great
Cofield,
racing.
who made the introduction.
Jonathan Cofield, who made the introduction. Appreciate Jonathan on that. And also Kyle Pendergraph, one of the admins here with the IROC Challenge Series. So it was, like Jim said, it was kind of a last-minute deal, but we were glad to do it, and we were glad to have you here this evening. For my good buddy, co-commentating and producing, Big Jim Cunningham, I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves, said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. IROC Challenge Series. Got her done here at Richmond, going to Portland next week. We'll see you there, folks. It's going to be a good one. Take a couple lefts, take a couple rights, see how it turns out. We'll see you there.